how much would it actually cost to max out a new Lords Mobile account completely from the scratch? We got you back. Today we talk about the actual cost of a new Lords Mobile account, starting out from 0 and going to hero with having an 8 or 24 piece champion gear and everything else maxed out. So don't waste any more time, stay tuned. Down there you get the chapters, so hop to the topic you want to, and in the end we do an overall overview how much it actually costs. 31 heroes and what it actually costs to max them out. This is what we want to talk about right now, starting with the cheapest heroes in the game for $110 or euros each hero to max them out. We talk about people like Juan Guapo, Cursed Hunter, Snail Princess, we have Barbarian there and so on. Then we going over to the next tier, 165 euros to max them out. You have there heroes like the Dream Witch, you have Berserker there, we have Lore Weaver. So a lot of people you actually see very often because the price to value is actually pretty damn good. Then you have the big guy, which you know from the bundle where you get some experience sets for 330 euros to max them out. Going over to a $600 or euro hero, which is Pegasus. Then you have Oracle, which actually costs 5.5k, which is already pretty damn crazy. Coming to the King's class, the 11k heroes, which are actually Lightweaver, Dark Magister, and as well number 3rd, Shapeshifter. Adding up to total cost for the 31 heroes of 42,730 euro to max every one of the 31 heroes completely out, which is already ridiculous, but this is before any discount, so on the normal diamond prices you know. And there are ways to get your discount done with like 24 to 30% discount. So let's talk about the gear and what it actually needs to have one champion's gear set, which is 8 pieces completely maxed. So the boots, the helmet, the chest, the main hand, the offhand, and the free accessories. So we talk about total cost of 183 mains, 230 embers to get the job done, to have one champion's gear set maxed. But then you need to astralite it as well, which costs you 20,000 and 14 astralites, and this is a big bunch of money because talking just about the mains and the embers, we have total costs of 13,810 euros, but just, and this is really important, using the lucky spin wheel. We can show you some videos like here and here where you can see how Riga used the lucky spin wheel to get his mains, and there you average out on 1.5 gold main per every 100 euros spent. And this is really important because if you go for the chests, the champion chest, you obviously have to pay way more. But don't talk about anymore about the 13,810 euros for the embers and mains. Now coming to the astralites, you can averagely say that one astralite is about €1, which equals out to 20,014 euros for the astralites. And this adds up to 33,824 euro to have one champion's gear set, so the 8 pieces maxed out. You know that there's more than one champion's gear set, so if you want to have multiple champion's gear sets, then you need to multiply the number of 33,824 euro before discounts with the number of champion gear sets you want to have. So if you want to have it 3 times, so the 24 piece champion, obviously you have to multiply it with 3. Chapter number 3, the jewels. We talk about the single type attack jewels, not the assault jewels and not the champion jewels. So having in mind that we need 24 jewels on gold level, it means that we need something between 12 and 20 of the packs. So let's say we go with 15 packs. Each pack of the $100 jewel packs would mean that we're adding up to 1,500 euros of total costs on average. So it means some people pay like 2,000, some just 1,200 to get the 24 single attack type jewels before any discount. So obviously quite cheap compared to what we get for the gear or the heroes. We already talked about the 31 heroes in the game and what it actually costs to max them from 0 to hero, and now it is time to talk about chapter 4, the castles and castle stars and the 31 castle skins you currently have in the game based on May 224. So having in mind that we have all those different kind of skins, we need to know that we have to pay between $20 and $100 per skin, so which is adding up without any discounts to 1,110 euros to have every single skin just in your bag. However, you need to max them out as well, and therefore you need the castle stars. And purchasing castle stars in the most efficient way would be to every single day pop the castle star bundle, which gives you 500 castle stars or star scrolls for 100 euros, and this means you pay like €1 per 20 stars. Having in mind that there are different levels of stars required, like something starting from 160 to the default skin up to 5,830 skins for the correct career, and I hope I didn't mess completely the name. It means that you need in total 45,890 star scrolls to get the job done. On the most efficient way, you pay 10,288 euros in total to purchase the castle skins and the castle scrolls, which is a big amount of money to be invested into the game. Let's talk about chapter number 5, the familiars. There are 12 familiars that are really worth to go for. We talk about Snowbeast, Saberfang, Hoarder, Gryphon, Hellrider, Hayhops, Blackwing, Queen Bee, Boar Appetit, Jadeworm, Gargantua and Frostwing. So those are the familiars you have to go for on the max account. And just purchasing those familiars to have them in your bag would cost us already $750. But obviously we don't just need the familiars itself, we need as well a max familiar, which means we need orbs. And talking about those 12 familiars, we talk about 15,360 orbs in total you would actually need to get them maxed out. Having in mind that you have to pay 128 euros per 640 orbs, it obviously maxes out to 3,072 euros for the orbs by, and this is really important, just purchasing Strike a Deal, which is a $20 package that gives you as well some tomes. So you get the orbs you actually need for your familiars and be the most cost efficient way, get on the same time 30,720 tomes for your research. Saying that, we are adding up to 3,822 euros before any discounts to purchase and maxing the most important 12 familiars. As we've already talked about tomes, we have to talk about chapter 6, the research in Lords Mobile. We don't talk about the complete max out, to be very fair and honest. We talk about every research that is actually needed to get the job done and be a maxed account. This means T5, Sigils, slot 4 and 5, Wonder Battle and Advanced Wonder Battle, adding up to 156,842 tomes that are completely needed. As we know from the familiar purchases, we can reduce this number by 13,720 tomes, which means that we only need 126,122 tomes in total. Having that in mind, we talk about total costs for the tomes already reduced by Strike a Deal, which we purchased for familiars and don't need to count double, of 2,522 euros total spending if you go only to purchase the tomes by the massive discount bundle. So you know what to do, 2,500 euros to max out your research if you as well max out the familiars. We have to say it clearly like that, without any discount. So always have in mind that you can get at least 25% discount in the diamond shop. Chapter 7, the Sigils, which is one of the most expensive parts in the game, talking about having 8 Sigils for one champion's gear set that is completely slotted. And talking about that, we talk about the Tigris Ursa power set, where you pay 50 euros for 20 chests, where you have on average 3 Grey Ursas on 10 chests, which is pretty damn expensive. Meaning, if you want to have those 8 Sigils for sure on gold, then you would have to pay 17,066.67 euros which is a lot of money just to have those 8 Sigils, but they are so valuable that it's definitely a worth expense. How much do we have to pay for the artifacts? So chapter 8 artifacts, one of the most important, most expensive, most RNG based, but as well most stat adding processes in the game. So let's start out with the normal artifacts, not the event and not the royal artifacts. There we talk about round about 13,000 openings on average, so really based on your luck to get every single of the artifacts, and there you need 60 cents per opening, which is completely added up to 7,800 euros for every single opening, and this is just assumed having every single time 1+1, so a big assumption. Then we have to have as well in mind that we need to max them out completely, and this means 175 normal artifacts, and every single one needs the gold records, and the gold record is on average €1 per gold record, and having in mind that we need 77,700 gold records to max out all 175 artifacts. Obviously we're talking about 77,700 euros of spending, which is adding up already to 85,500 euros. And then we need to add the event artifact. So we have 12 events per year, one event artifact is worth 1,000 euros, so we have to spend 12,000 euros for the event artifact. And now let us come to the King's class, the royal artifacts, which is so much luck based because you never know whom is as well in your stack. So we need to have as well a lot of assumptions, and we think about the fact that we need like 200,000 coins to get a good ranking. So which would mean that you have on average 1,587 euros and 30 cents to get a good position in the event. And this is assuming that you only buy the decent value packs until the pop-up is opening, which would then lead to 120 coins per euro. And having in mind that you need 400 shards and that you need like 8 rankings per artifact, then it means that you have 72 total goals to get every single of the royal artifacts, and this would add with the 1,587 euros per event on average. Could be way more depending on how much your competitors are spending. You are adding up to 114,285 euros just to get the job done before every single discount. This would mean that you have to pay in total like 211,785.71 euros without any discounts to get all the artifacts done. It is finally the time to answer the question how much it actually costs from 0 to hero in Lords Mobile to start from the scratch to going to a max account. We talked about the total cost for the heroes with 42,730 euros. We talked about the champions gear, so one set with 8 pieces, 33,824 euros. We talked about the research, which is 2.5k. We talked about sigils for 17,066 euros. We talked as well about the crazy artifacts, which is with the event artifacts and royal artifacts, 211,785 euros. 3,822 euros you have to pay for the familiars, and 10,288 euros for the castle stars. So having the question finally answered, it is, before any discounts, 322,038 euros and 82 cents to max out an account with an 8-piece gear champion set on Astralite 12. And then we have the 24-piece champ account, so obviously you have to pay 3 times the gear price, which lead then to 398,686.82 euro, which is a ridiculous number without any discounts. You know, there are ways to get a little bit more discount, like 25 or 30%, and this would go then to costs of 225,000 or 24-piece 272,000 euros, which is still a crazy number, but it is already really cost efficient. Because if you want to go for B and Emperor, for example, then it takes quite more, because you can't wait for the 1+1 deals, you can't wait for every single pop-up, you can't wait for every single day on this whole period and wait when the different events are the best situations where all stars align, so you have to purchase whenever it is needed, and this lead to way higher costs which you see on different accounts in the game. However, we answered the questions how much it costs, so if it added a lot of value for you, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We love your support, and for sure we love to see every single comment down there. Nevertheless, if you have other thoughts, if you see it different, we want to know what is in your head about this topic. Thank you, and let's see in the next video. Here you get some other videos from us, and don't forget to check out the channel. All the best, One and Riga.